Hey, check the ingredients in the fridge. Hey, what's up? Huh? It's not right? Not cute. That was the one the staff recommended to me, though. Won't that printer do? Huh? It'll do, but it's not it? Okay, I'll be right over. This might take a while. I'm leaving the store to you. Lock up for me if I don't come back. Something like that.
I mean, they did mention cuteness.
What a handful.
And that concludes the latest news on the suspect Kaneshiro. This case is said to be a result of the Phantom Thieves' actions, but what do you think?
We don't know their methods, but I believe they are a menace that will threaten this law-abiding country.
Hi there, J. Jonah Jameson.
This dangerous group tampers with people's hearts. It's no different from brainwashing.
I see. You're absolutely correct.
I wonder what's going on. Didn't this happen a little while ago, too? Who was it again? You know, that famous artist.
Ah, Madarame, was it?
They punished those awful people, didn't they? The Phantom Thieves aren't at fault then.
Well, that may be true, but...
Don't you think so too, dearie? The Phantom Thieves aren't doing anything wrong, are they?
I don't know what you're talking about at all.
Well, I think they're doing good. Oh my, look at the time. We should probably head home.
Ah, you're right. Thanks for the drink.
I didn't make it, but sure.
Yes, I've received the reports on Kaneshiro's case. But to think the Phantom Thieves would honestly attempt an absurd idea like social reform. You're absolutely right. I'm not pleased about the general public's support of them either. There's also the danger of the metaverse being exposed with their continued actions. Actually, there is one countermeasure he brought in that seems usable. It involves having the Phantom Thieves destroy themselves without our direct intervention. We'll set things up so that those mental shutdown occurrences are their doing. Ah, I thought as much. I had a feeling that it was too brutal for it to be his own idea. Still, I think you'd go through such elaborate detail to crush them. Their actions must be that much of an eyesore for you. I sympathize with what you're going through. Well then, I'll clean this up quickly and put it behind us. Yes, a grand undertaking like social reform is beyond a group such as the Phantom Thieves. Only a select few are worthy of changing the world. And who better than the future Prime Minister, sir?
Hey, it's me. Where you at? What you doing? Gotcha. We're gonna come over right now about the, you-know-what. See ya.
What's up? We're here to hang out.
No, hey, Makoto's here too.
That's not why we're here. We need to study for finals. Why am I here too?
Well, I mean, hanging out and studying aren't mutually exclusive.
You're one of us now, so of course you gotta help us. We're in trouble if you don't teach us, you know?
Even you're saying such things? Let's leave those guys be. I couldn't ask the last time I was here, but what is this place? The storekeeper doesn't seem to be around.
It's where this guy lives.
And also the best coffee and curry joint no one knows about.
He's got complicated circumstances.
So speaking of like where this guy lives, this kind of reminds me. So in early concepts for this game, Joker was supposed to live in the same apartment building as Sae and Makoto. Not in their apartment, that's a misconception a lot of people have, but would explain why their apartment is so detailed compared to most of the other cutscene-only locations, and also why the Operation Maidwatch apartment is so detailed, because that was likely going to be where Joker lived.
We can tell her about it, right? Actually, tell yourself.
That's terrible.
On Yusuke and me are pretty much the same too. I mean, it's not as bad as this guy's though. It's just something we can't ever put up with. That's why we all became Phantom Thieves.
Hey, don't forget me.
I know. We're all part of the team. By the way, Makoto, ain't there someone you can't forgive either? Like, a heart you want to change?
That's a secret.
Ah, there's someone like that. You could just tell us, you know. You don't gotta be so cold.
That aside, do you have any intention of studying for the exams?
Not really.
It's fine if I leave then?
No, please don't leave.
No, I'm just joking. Please teach us.
Actually, no, we didn't want you to stay to teach us, you know, we just wanted to hang out with you more.
What was this term? It's phobia, so it's a fear of some kind.
I think it's a fear of open spaces. You don't hear it that often, though.
Honestly, that's become so much more common now.
Leave vocabulary and long sentences to me. I suck at proper grammar, though.
Even if we study English, it's not like I'm gonna use it in the future.
Yeah, pretty sure English is a required subject in Japan, given how much it's spoken over a lot of the world, and I feel so bad because English is a horrible language and nobody should be forced to learn it against their will.
When it comes to you, your Japanese is questionable too.
One of the few Morgana comments that I kind of agree with.
Shut up!
Explain the writer's feelings? What point is there in that?
I've always loved literature analysis, stop knocking it.
Oh, it's impossible. I can't memorize all these formulas. Ain't there a good way of cheating?
What I used to do is just put like a list of formulas like on a piece of paper that I stuck to the wall next to the bathroom mirror, and then whenever I was like brushing my teeth, I would see the formulas.
Why don't we take a break?
And that was the follow-up report on the suspect Kaneshiro. Now, Akechi-san.
Oh no.
This case is said to be the result of the Phantom Thieves' actions, but in actuality, is this true?
So what does he do now? Does he backtrack on what he said before and be like, actually, I supported them all along and what I was saying previously was just a test for them? Or does he keep up his stance?
Considering how a calling card was scattered about, I believe there's no mistaking that. The question is what the Phantom Thieves actually did. If they tampered with the suspect's heart, it casts doubt on the authenticity of any confession.
Yeah, I've heard that stuff obtained under duress like that can actually be inadmissible.
So then by tampering with hearts, the Phantom Thieves are fabricating crimes that may not exist?
We can't deny the possibility. There's no doubt that the Phantom Thieves are exposing hidden injustices in society. However, if this is done by sidestepping the law, their way of thinking is very dangerous.
So in a way, they're outlaws.
Yes. They're no different than the criminals they target. This cannot be overlooked.
I wouldn't say they're on the same level. I mean, he does have some points, but I don't think they're quite on the same level as, you know, Kaneshiro and Kamoshida.
I see.
Oh, I see. My ass? Why the hell are we being treated as the bad guys?
Just let them say whatever they want. More people are starting to understand that what we're doing is right, after all.
When I'm walking around in town, I hear a lot more people talking about us too. And the forum's been full of hype. Do you think we made it big time?
Don't get pompous over dealing with some street thug. Save it for after we deal with a bigger target.
Just gotta take down a bigger one, yeah? That was the plan from the start anyways.
True. It may be best if we start thinking about it.
I bet we'll find one in no time. The wind's blowing in our direction and everything. I feel like we won't lose to anything right now.
Well, we'll decide on that eventually. We need to overcome our exams first.
And that's something that a few of us are definitely going to lose to.
Now then, break time's over. Let's get back to...
That reminds me, the celebration party. Weren't we gonna do it after exams?
Yes, I believe so.
Where should we go? I feel like I'll study better if I got something to look forward to.
The last one was a buffet at a hotel. We haven't gone anywhere since.
But we still want to keep a low profile, so maybe another LeBlanc celebration would be much better.
Huh? A buffet?
Oh no.
Where would be good? Hey, what about fireworks? A fireworks festival!
Oh yeah, it's that season, huh?
That sounds good to me.
It's hard to ignore a buffet, but I'll take the beauties of summer. Still, I demand that we feast during the festival as well.
Do you guys own a yukata? Will you wear a yukata?
By you'll just mean Alan, don't you?
Doesn't a fireworks festival sound good? You think so too, right? Alright, fireworks festival it is. Let's look for a good one.
Study comes first, though. I won't let you off if you fail any of them. Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, there's another scene where I just think Makoto's pretty much the mother of the Phantom Thieves.
Alright, fireworks festival it is. Let's look for a good one.
Study comes first, though. I won't let you off if you fail any of them. Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
As the Phantom Thieves were studying, little did they know that an Inkling was watching. Yeah, it's fine. It's weird that you get the option to dismiss most of Mishima's rumors. So, you know that yandere that I keep joking about who you might have thought was just a random NPC for flavor? Yeah, she's actually a Mementos mission.
Oh!
She's kind of one of the most heavily foreshadowed Mementos missions in the game. Now, we already just kind of went to Mementos though, so we're not really going to be doing that. Instead, oh, Thieves didn't update it. I believe that's with most of the Kaneshiro stuff. Instead, I'm going to say first, but we're going to be watching ICU on the TV. I just want to check if there's anything in the news. Yep, it's all Frankie the Squealer there. Yeah, I'm just hoping that he just gave out the names of everybody in his entire organization, and now the whole thing is just... yeah, everyone is just in jail. But okay then, yeah, watching ICU time.
Oh!
So there's actually a fun bit of trivia about ICU.
If you try to save both the mother and the baby, you'll lose them both. Or I could save them both. I can do this. You need to trust me.
The music that plays for this is actually from Trauma Center, which is another series made by Atlas, and I believe it's composed by Shoji Meguro, just like Persona is, well, most Persona, and it really shows. The music in that game, specifically Persona 3, like, the music in the Trauma Center franchise sounds a lot like Persona 3 music. I've seen a few, like AGDQ speedruns of Trauma Center, and they're really fun looking.
Okay. Well then.
So we have, tomorrow we've got more time when we're mainly gonna just be spending it doing plot stuff.
What a refreshing morning. How are you doing?
Is this the Akechi train conversation that is amazing for reasons?
I didn't expect the Phantom Thieves would suppress a man that even the police had trouble with. The fact they have so much support online is worrisome. I'm in a bind since I previously denounced them.
Well, you seem to do pretty well in that interview just then.
All the interviews these days ask me about that. Still, can we really say the Phantom Thieves are on the side of justice with just this example?
Well, this plus Kamoshida plus Madarame equals, yes, probably justice.
Oh, thank you. But I noticed that you're not saying that the Phantom Thieves are right. I suppose that was an unfair way to phrase it. I was originally investigating the mental shutdown incidents.
Is this the first time we're hearing this? I think it is.
Don't you think it's similar to the change of heart that the Phantom Thieves are doing?
I don't know. Making someone feel guilty versus making someone brain dead. I think there's a pretty big difference. But I mean, it definitely sounds like the effect of a botched change of heart.
Now that I think about it, their actions mirror the mental shutdown cases with the rate of victims.
No, there's been way more mental shutdown victims.
It's impossible not to see a connection there. Ah, sorry. I don't want to make you late. I'll see you again.
Oh no, it wasn't the amazing... Okay, that comes later, trust me. There's an amazing train Akechi conversation eventually. It's pretty great. Today's headlines are, let me guess, Kaneshiro. Yep, exactly. Yeah, that's what I thought, the rest of other key members. So yeah, like, the whole demise of the leader doesn't lead to the demise of the group. Conveniently, Kaneshiro is selling out his entire organization. But it seems like more of those mental shutdown incidents are going on. Oh hey, Fireworks Festival on the 18th. Completely convenient, given what we're wanting to do to celebrate.
Okay, let's get started.
Oh hey, Maruki. I feel like we haven't seen Maruki in ages, but that's because he's actually plot-locked in his Confidant for still a little while longer, until like mid-August, which is unfortunate. Yeah, see, I don't like all-nighters personally. I mean, they work for some people, but I personally think all-nighters aren't healthy. Short-term and long-term memory. Well, I mean, one of them Dory doesn't have, and the other one Dory also doesn't really have.
How about you?
How do you think you can retain long-term memories? So, memories that last a long time. Amount of memories you can store, something like a maximum of 10. Theoretically, you'd be able to retain them for forever, although, you know, often older people lose their memories.
Nice.
This is it. That's right.
Out of context, the guide just says, memories that last a long time, infinite, and forever. There's an even funnier question that comes out of context a little later. Yeah, this has always been a fascinating subject to me, like, especially, and that's kind of why I like games that, you know, or stories that just use the human mind as, you know, a world of its own, because when you think about it, it is pretty amazing, the kind of stuff that goes in there, and, the kind of things that it can store, it's really staggering. Summer break is coming up, which is great for us, hopefully. Yeah, the train basically told us that. He just wants any excuse not to study.
Hey, are you listening?
Oh, okay, it's this. Now our proficiency is pretty high. But I'm gonna mash anyway. Yeah, I'm starting to think that mashing the stick might actually work. And getting more charm is always excellent, because we need that for a confidant that we're currently working on. We need all the way up to level 5, though. Still got a long way to go, and I'm actually a little worried because in this guide, I'm going to be going off-script quite soon.
Hey!
Oh, hi there. Speaking of people we need charm for.
That reminds me.
Oh, right. I think I know why today's a plot day now. I mean, she studies way too much as is. She can afford to spend a few hours on therapy. Is this in part why I kind of like, the Makoto and Joker pairing? Because I sort of see them as, like, the mom and dad of the Phantom Thieves.
Senpai.
Oh, wait a minute, no! Today's a plot day for an entirely different reason. Okay then, sorry if I'm getting loud, but I know what today is. Okay, this is a very significant Royal exclusive scene.
What a pleasant surprise. Are you headed home too? Same here. I don't have club practice today.
And if anything, this is, I'm sorry to all you, like, you know, Yoshizawa fans for this, but this is probably the only Kasumi scene during the main story that I actually like outside of her confidant.
That reminds me. There's something I wanted to report to you. Would now be a good time? Thank you. Why don't we find a seat somewhere?
Huh? And you are...
It's been quite a while, Akechi-san.
And the same for you. Yoshizawa-san, right?
Have you two met before? Yeah, exactly.
My father works at a TV station. Have you ever seen Good Morning Japan? My father's the director.
Is that program we were listening in on, at that school trip?
I've been brought onto the show as a guest a number of times now. That's how I ended up becoming acquainted with Yoshizawa-san.
So yeah, it kind of makes sense that, like, all of the new Royal Confidants know each other. Even though Akechi isn't technically a new Royal Confidant, I've always considered him one.
I didn't know you knew her as well.
Because we don't talk about Akechi's vanilla confidant. She and I made it. Nah, we're friends now.
He helped me out of a jam before, and now he's been offering me guidance.
Helped you out of a jam, huh? I see. So, what were you two up to?
Oh, right! I was just about to share some exciting news. It's nothing to keep secret, so I may as well spill it now. About that summer competition I mentioned to you before.
Oh yeah, it's almost summer, so that'll be coming up soon.
I was chosen to be our club representative. This only feels like the beginning to me, though.
Isn't your club's team considered to be quite prestigious? And you're their representative. I must say, that's extremely impressive.
Thank you. I'll do my best to make everyone proud.
I'll be cheering you on as well. Ah, I have an idea. Since all three of us are here, why don't we go somewhere as a group? We can call it our little celebration for Yoshizawa-san's success.
I'm not celebrating any other success. Yeah, let's do it.
That would be wonderful. Does that work for you, Senpai?
That settles it. Would you mind if I chose the place? There's a wonderful little cafe I know about.
Of course. Lead the way.
Nobody will suspect that we're celebrating the Phantom Thieves if we also celebrate something entirely unrelated.
Yoshizawa-san? You drink hot beverages even in the summer?
I have to prevent my body from getting too cold, since the meet's coming up rather soon.
Yeah, she seems to have a lot of weird dietary practices due to her gymnastics.
I see. you make sure you're covering all your bases.
Good point. Well, some people say coffee can cool you off, even when hot, so I try to avoid that too.
And I personally try to avoid coffee for reasons that I've said earlier.
I had this image that you enjoy sweet things, Akechi-san. Is that untrue?
Well, this place is a crepe store.
I swear I saw you eating fried sweetbread on TV just the other day.
Yeah, something that I've noticed is like a lot of like Asian bakeries that I know of, the bread is usually very sweet, and someone who doesn't like sweet things, I'm not really into that.
It's all part of a marketing strategy. That sort of stunt is an easy crowd pleaser.
Huh.
You seem to have your own bases covered as well.
So you manufacture your image for the cameras. Guess we're not the only ones who are hiding our true selves. I love this. I was a lot happier before I knew that Akechi's TV persona was a lie.
Presenting oneself in a favorable light is nothing surprising.
Oh boy, he's saying that as if he's already figured out that we do that.
More surprising is just how innocent you seem to be.
Yep, he's definitely onto us.
I've been wondering, how do you two know each other?
Oh yeah, that's a weird story. You probably don't want to know, and honestly, don't tell any of the other people that I hang out with. They're not supposed to know.
His social studies class visited the set of a TV show I appeared on.
Ah, that's right. Second years got to go to a TV station.
I suppose that would have been awkward for you, because you might have run into your dad.
He and I exchanged our opinions during the shoot, and his way of thinking intrigued me.
Also, all of my other friends hate this guy, so again, just keep this quiet.
I can definitely see that. Senpai's take on things often helps me as well.
That reminds me, Yoshizawa-san. You had mentioned that he's been providing you with some guidance.
Yes, like you just said, his way of thinking is intriguing. I figured I could benefit from his input.
In that case, let's play a little game.
Oh, I don't like where this is going. Unless it's just Tycoon, that'd be fun.
Would you mind if I posed the same question to you that I first asked him?
No, go right ahead.
So, my question was, what do you think of the Phantom Thieves, Yoshizawa-san?
The Phantom Thieves?
What he's not telling you is that depending on your answer, he may have to arrest you.
You mean in the case that they do in fact exist, yes? I admit that the assistance of others in need is a truly great act, but I simply can't agree with their methods.
I see. Care to explain why?
Good thing he didn't he only turned his head and didn't do a question mark, exclamation mark, or we kind of have problems.
I suspect the Phantom Thieves' existence isn't going to be beneficial to society in the long run.
How so?
Well, for example, when someone's faced with a problem to overcome, I believe they need to do it themselves. Getting help from others is totally fine, but in the end, it takes a person's initiative to truly create lasting change. If society relied upon a safety net like the Phantom Thieves, I worry that people would stop making a conscious effort. Granted, this depends on how severe the problem is, and it's inaccurate to apply generalizations to an entire population. But I believe a society where everyone simply leaves matters to the Phantom Thieves wouldn't last for very long.
I see. So, in the sense of a person's growth, their actions actually hinder it.
This is one of the reasons why I really like this scene, and you can kind of tell in a way that, not to draw people out of the story here, but you can kind of tell the writers were actually addressing some criticisms people had of the vanilla game story here, because this is a legitimate counter-argument to the Phantom Thieves' actions. In fact, I've seen people make this argument in the comments regarding Kawakami and her her abusers. People like, the fact that she still relies on Joker to take care of the mementos means that, in the end, she doesn't really have agency in solving her own problem. So, yeah, I get this, and it's interesting that she can espouse this opinion and not be vilified for it. Unlike, you know, Akechi stuff on TV, which was in the base game, where everyone was like, oh, actually, no, Akechi sucks for disagreeing with the Phantom Thieves, because his opinion's just stupid.
Quite an interesting take on the matter. Let me ask you then, what do you think of Yoshizawa-san's opinion?
yeah, so this is actually kind of interesting. You don't really have the option to disagree with her either. Yes.
I have to agree. It was quite inspiring for myself as well.
I have another thing I can use on the TV to diss them.
Wait, could you actually be a fan of the Phantom Thieves, Senpai?
Well, as I said, there's no rule against being a fan of yourself. I mean, no, I'm just a fanboy.
I didn't mean to start an argument. I just can't help myself sometimes.
I'm so sorry, but this line, Akechi just summed himself up in 2 sentences when it comes to the fandom, and that's amazing. I forgot about this line.
Let's change the subject to something a bit lighter.
I'm sorry, I should probably get going. If I'm away from home too late, my parents will begin to worry.
Well, I mean, you're like the first person we know who has parents who actually worry about them.
Right, then let's call it a day. Good luck on your competition.
Yes, thank you. Well then, see you later.
So, overall, that's a very good scene. Unlike some of the other royal added scenes with Yoshizawa, I feel like that scene actually serves a purpose in the overall, like, narrative. It expands on Akechi and the whole arguments about the Phantom Thieves. It addresses some criticisms about the vanilla game story. And also, it's really rare that, yeah, you weren't here. You weren't here at all. Huh. Do you have some listening device on, like, the phone here or something? Oh, right, okay, no, it's more the sense that, you know, you saw that nice soda and you know that Ryuji always drinks that. But yeah, what I was saying is, like, I feel like that actually enhances the story, and also, you don't often get to see Confidant characters hanging out with each other that much, so the fact that, like, Akechi and Yoshizawa get to hang out together, and just talk to each other, and, like, Joker's there, but it's not like he's directing the entire conversation. It's just, anyway, I like that scene. That's actually a very good scene overall. And it's another one of the reasons why I think Akechi is a vastly better character in Royal than he was in the vanilla game. Cause yeah, he didn't get enough moments like that. And that's the thing with this Confidant too, like, I feel like in Royal, you actually get to know who Akechi is as a person. Whereas he's more of a walking plot device in the vanilla game. Also...
What did you say?
More weird accents, and it seems like fast food joints in this town are incredibly cursed.
Oh!
Hey there.
Kawakami is available today! Okay, so...
What do you want to do?
This is interesting. So, what I'm going to do right now is, I'm actually going to go off script. We are supposed... Actually, hang on a second.
See you later.
Before I go off script, I want to do something else. I want to go to, not Shinjuku, to Kichijoji and make the trade with Sakai. So today, he wants Soothing Soba for a Koido sword. I'm not really going to use that sword much, because I already have a way better option for Yusuke. I have a way better one, right? Here! I mean, it's better than, you know, cooking hot noodles in the middle of a desert. I love that Tales of Vesperia has those skits for, like, if you cook ice cream in the snow region or cook hot noodles in the desert. They basically call out the player for doing it, and it's amazing. No, hey, the kids are here. Well, you know, given Japan's horribly brutal study culture... Oh, this guy's back to standing up being drunk again. Chip, 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 the hot summer is coming soon. Hello, little cricket. I mean, where you some memories? Yes, crickets love to pick up girls on the beach. Chip, chip, goose. Oh, I forgot. I should really find a wife. Mother, father, I'm sorry. I can't make you a grandkid just by myself. I mean, maybe you could, like, I don't know, look into, like, cloning or something. But anyway. Okay. As I was saying before, we were supposed to, according to the guide, see Hifumi today for star rank 2. But when the guide says we're going to be doing Kawakami rank 10, that is a day that I want to change things and actually go to the dungeon, for reasons we'll be seeing later. And because of that, if I do Kawakami rank 10 now, that's going to save me a lot of time later, because I'll be able to go to the dungeon later and then have nighttime afterwards, and that will easily let me make up the time in the night for, you know, seeing, make up the rank for star, basically.
What do you want to do?
Okay. Sorry I'm late. A student asked me for some advice as I was leaving.
So, in Persona 5, all rank 10 Confidants scenes are fully voice acted, not just the ones in the party.
That's actually been happening a lot lately. I wonder if they see me in a new light now. I need to work hard so I can make up for all the times I let my students down in the past. Apparently, they like that I'm not too serious. I guess my laid-back personality is coming in useful. So, now, this is coming from me as your teacher. An awful thought occurred to me the more I spent time with you, and I can no longer overlook such a grave danger. You are way too lax when it comes to your diet. You need to be more serious about your nutrition. And the state of your room. You need to stop slacking. I mean, look at how dusty this place is. I put up with the mess because you are my client, but you need to thoroughly clean in here. Well, it's very important stuff. There are just some things you have to prioritize over your studies, you know? Oh yeah, there's one more thing. You're a member of the Phantom Thieves, right?
Yep, you thought she was gonna say it before, and then she skirted the issue, but nope, she actually knew.
That whole thing with Takase-kun's guardians worked out way too good for me. And you're the only one who knew about my situation.
Yep, we kind of blew our cover there, but it was helping her.
Well... Don't worry, I have no intention of telling anyone. There are a lot of stories about the Phantom Thieves, but in the end, they help people like me, right? That's so you. I just thought you were a problem child with a criminal record, but now I know better. I'll support you 100%. You're not just a student to me. You're someone special who helped me realize my path as a teacher. A new path where I'll never abandon any of my students. Right? For my students and for you.
Hey, we're still your student, though.
I am thou, thou art I. Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break the yoke of thy heart. Thou hast awakened the ultimate secret of temperance, granting thee infinite power.
The chains on temperance are now broken.
All right.
And we have possibly the best Confidant ability in the game. And more.
Alright.
The most powerful persona of the Temperance Arcana will be ours one day. Let's talk about Ardha.
Ardha!
Ardha, short for Ardha Narishvara, is the combined form of the Hindu god Shiva and his wife Parvati. Their name literally means the Lord who is half woman. Representing the perfect union of masculine and feminine energies and the ultimate balancing of opposites, Ardha is the perfect persona to be the ultimate for the Temperance Arcana. The earliest images of Ardha date back to the 1st century CE, and there are many different myths for how they came to be. In the epic Mahabharata, an unnamed half-female form of Shiva is alluded to. In the Shiva Purana, the creator deity Brahma created only male beings and told them to populate the world. This proved impossible, and Shiva appeared before Brahma in Ardha form to show his folly. In Tamil lore, there was once a sage who refused to worship any god except Shiva. Angered by this, Parvati combined with Shiva to force the sage to worship both of them. He still found a loophole, however, causing Parvati to curse him to lose all his flesh and blood, reducing him to a skeleton. Before I go over Ardha's moveset and stats directly, I need to discuss the unique importance of ultimate personas in Royal. Royal added the traits system to personas, and every ultimate persona has its own special traits. Unlike DLC traits though, these can be passed to other personas via fusion. This adds a lot of importance to unlocking these personas by maxing out Confidants, because doing so adds this trait to the persona gene pool, so to speak. Many ultimate personas are underwhelming in their own right, but have amazing traits to pass down. Or sometimes vice versa. So for every ultimate persona, I will be going over their trait first. Ardha's is Naranari, another one of their titles in mythology, which doubles the amount of SP restored to the user. This applies to the Invigorate 3 skill they begin with, along with any other SP restoration skills you pass down and SP recovery items. If you don't mind using DLC personas, Messiah has an objectively better version of this as it doubles HP restoration as well, but if you do mind, Naranari is the best aid to the Invigorate skill line in the game. Trait aside, Ardha is a very decent persona, having no weaknesses, a resistance to physical, 2 immunities, balanced stats aside from luck, and, as you would expect from the Temperance Arcana and the theme of ultimate unity of opposites, a good mix of physical, magical, support, and passive skills. Cosmic Flare is particularly noteworthy, being the strongest nuke attack in the game, though you'll need Nuke Boost and Nuke Amp to make the most of it. God's Hand is also excellent. Invigorate 3 synergizes well with Ardha's traits. Fortified Moxie is nice since you'll be ambushing 90% of the time, and Salvation is pretty excellent, although in most cases it's overkill. Medea Rahan is the main healing you'll need. Ardha also has the Almighty Inheritance type, so they can inherit any skill you want. Finally, in itemization, Ardha becomes Sahasrara, the best gun for a party member we don't have yet. But you might want to remember this because it's no Judge of the Dead, but +5 or +6 to all stats is still impressive, and it's got a pretty decent hit rate and ammo capacity too. Now the alarm feature has been unlocked, you always want to make ultimate weapons during an alarm because they'll become their stronger version, as I've shown here. One final thing to note is that Ardha can only be made via a special fusion, and it's pretty obviously Shiva and Parvati. Shiva himself also requires a special fusion of Rangda and Barong, so you'll need very specific personas to get this one. Oh hey, we got a trophy for maxing out our first Confidant too. Yeah, our Temperance is often the first one to be that. It's either that or Chariot, usually. Chariot's not hard to have at rank 10 by this point. So yeah, this basically makes it like Persona 3, where you could still do nighttime activities even after going to a dungeon. It's also completely free, and it's available on any day of the week, even when Kawakami normally wouldn't be available to hang out with.
Okay, let's get into it. 50 terms, go! I don't want you to flunk your exams. I'm going to go the distance with you.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe we shouldn't have, maxed out our bond with her right before exams. But you know what? I mean, this might mean that we do really, really well. I grew tired all of a sudden. Well, yeah. But thankfully this isn't Persona 3, we can't get tired studying.